Hello and welcome to Everyday Linux User and welcome to a month on Pop OS. Now this is going to be my last month on. I've done the top 20 that I think are suitable for the Everyday Linux User. And I think it's time to do something different from next month onwards. But I did Pop OS because it was the last one to release and it's been 3 years in the making. So I felt like I had to do that one. So this is the login screen. And obviously this isn't the default background that you get with Pop OS, and I've customized the desktop a little bit along the way. So the whole point of a month on Linux is to let you know how well I got on with a particular distribution over the course of a whole month. Now it isn't a full review. I've done a first impressions video at the beginning of the month. What it is it tells you the things that I found, how well it worked, and how suitable it is for the everyday Linux user. So we're going to start off as we usually do. Well, installation I mentioned previously in other videos. Installation is fine as long as you just want to install it as a default operating system on your machine and you don't want to dual boot. I have created a dual boot guide, but it's quite technical in nature. It's not as straightforward as dual booting something like Ubuntu. With hardware, you can see that Wi-Fi is working perfectly fine. As you can see, if I go to Bluetooth, Bluetooth is available and I can connect to my Bluetooth speaker. And you can see that it's connected. You see I've got my printer set up by default and that worked straight away as well. And you'd expect all these things to work because it's based on Ubuntu 24.04, so it's got all the support that Ubuntu has. So really the base system is Ubuntu and it's got the Cosmic Desktop that's been produced by Pop OS on top. The Cosmic Desktop is quite good. It's quite heavy in nature though, so you can see it's using 2.1 gigabytes of RAM and it's not really doing very much for that 2.1 gigabytes of RAM. There is a software package manager called Cosmic Store. And it works quite well, except it takes a little while to get going on the Explore. But you can explore editor's choice, you can see popular apps, so it's got Flatpaks enabled by default. You've got Cosmic tools here that you can choose as well, and you can scroll through different categories and you can search for things, so for instance Spotify, things like that. So the Cosmic Store is good and it works very well indeed. So the main problem I've had is sometimes opening files works a bit weird, and the video player doesn't keep the audio in sync with the video. So if I go into my videos and I right click and I open, it asks to install additional packages, which is fine, so we'll tick that and we'll click install. Notice it asked me to enter the password twice there. Was that once per package? Or did I just get it wrong the first time? You can see it's a little bit slow in opening and you don't know whether it's going to do it or not. And now it's asking again to install those packages. So we'll close out. And you can see it's struggling to close down. And this is my problem with the Pop OS Cosmic Desktop. I'll reboot and we'll come back in and we'll see if it gets any better the next time. Welcome to Everyday Linux User. When you think of the GNOME desktop environment, the last thing you would probably use to describe it is lightweight. When we describe lightweight distros, I have 4 basic tiers. 1, sub 400 megabytes, is very. Now you can see that's actually behaving better than it did when I first installed Pop! OS almost a month ago now. And maybe those libraries have been updated, which means that's now performing better. But previously I had to replace it with VLC because that wasn't working well at all. The video and audio just didn't sync up properly. But you can still see it takes a little bit of time to open up. The Cosmic Desktop is easy to customize, and there's a fair few customization options. And I've mentioned these previously. So you can change the desktop appearance, so you've got the wallpaper that you can add your own images in, and you can see I've done that. Other things you can do is change the appearance of theming, so you've got your accent colours, which are these things around the borders like that. And you can choose whether the windows are round or slightly round or square, and spacing and stuff like that. I would check out my Cosmic customization video that I've done previously to get more on this, but there's a lot of things you can do. So you can automatically hide the panel at the top if you want. This is in fact working better than it was before, but now you can see it's not hiding anymore. It was hiding, now it's not hiding, so it's not perfect like that. It would go. If I come back, it's now there for quite a period of time. And the same happens on the dock. You can customize the applets that are on the dock. You can change the gap between edges, extend the dock to the screen edges like that. And there's a fair amount you can do, and the other settings all work very well. Your input devices, your power, you can choose your default applications, startup applications, and you've got your X11 compatibility as well on top of that. Input devices, your mouse and your keyboard. So all in all, it's pretty decent. So what's my feelings of Pop! OS 2404, and how does it compare to other distributions in terms of ease of use and usability, and it's just general all-round experience compared to other distros that I recommend for the everyday Linux user? Well, it's quite heavy in terms of resource usage. The Cosmic Desktop, I haven't found a perfect experience. Like I say, it's a little bit slow loading at times. The video player has definitely been an issue on and off. It seems to be behaving better than it was previously. The general Cosmic Desktop is actually really nice. So if I click on the applications, you've got these little folders at the bottom that you can put things in, which is really nice, and you can create your own groups, and I like that. That's a nice experience. You've got the ability to find what you're looking for, so if I want Firefox, you can find Firefox, so that's good. So Cosmic itself is pretty decent. It's not far away from being GNOME. They're very similar in nature. I would say generally you've got other similar distros, like it's based on Ubuntu 2404. So I've already done a video comparing Pop and Ubuntu, and I think Ubuntu still comes out on top, purely because 1, it's the base distro, 2, it's actually lighter in terms of resources, 3, the release schedule is more frequent, and it's also standardized the release schedule, so it's every 6 months, or at least 2 years for long-term support, whereas Pop! OS, it's been very ad hoc as to when you get a release out. The installer for Ubuntu is better as well, so on that point, so if we think where Ubuntu is, and you've got Linux Mint as well. I would say Linux Mint's probably better. I would say Zorin's probably better for the everyday Linux user. And if you prefer KDE root, which is something I generally prefer, then you're talking like KDE Neon, Kubuntu, distros like that. So Pop! OS is good. It's not where it was when I reviewed it last time, a couple of years ago. I wouldn't say it's the must-have distro for the everyday Linux user. I think other distros have improved and come on and taken the space a little bit, but it's still a decent effort. I guess it's a bit like Tuxedo in that respect. It's a good solid distro for a computer manufacturer, but I wouldn't say it's outstanding. It's good but not outstanding, and that's really it. That's the end of the review. Now, like I said before at the beginning of the video, I'm going to retire the months on for a little while. This will give me more time to try a few more ideas out, try more distros during the course of a month, because when I get to the end of the year and I want to do a sort of like top videos list, there aren't that many. There's 12, 13, 14. I managed to do 21 last year, even though I did 12 months on. So I am retiring this, but I've got another idea in the pipeline, and you're going to see that over the course of the next month or two. So stay tuned for that. And so I've got another series coming out. And that is the end of the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave some comments, and I'll see you next time on Everyday Linux User.